Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Jeremy. This is Jeremy Rewinds, and we are going to rewind it all the way back to the 1980s with the Nintendo Power Set.
Press start, let the adventures unfold. Retro games and...
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As I said, my name is Jeremy. This is the game room, and we are going to be going over flea market pickups. We went out to Melbourne this week. By the time you see this video, it will have been months down the road.
Many months later.
I am debating about doing videos twice a week, Sundays and Thursdays. I'm going to try to push out 2 videos twice a week. It's going to add twice the work.
Already done. Excellent.
But I feel like if I want to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, this right now is middle of August, I've already grown exponentially because of you guys, which is awesome. So please hit that subscribe button and tell me down below what your favorite part of today's video is. But I started out in 2024 with only 26, 27, somewhere around there subscribers. We are over 200. We are at 217. A lot of that is because you guys like the content. A lot of it is also because my wife is also on YouTube. She sells on Whatnot. She's a big crafter. Go check her out. Her YouTube channel is Kristen Swain. She's on Whatnot. She does constant selling on there of craft stuff. You got friends, families, acquaintances, neighbors, the dog, the mail man that comes walking by the house. Let them know if they're interested in crafting stuff. Check her out. But thank you to everybody that does subscribe and follow this channel. And we're going to start out with Vanilla Ice and the Ninja Turtles. Look at this. And if you can tell, look at that on the back. You see this? This is a factory sealed. I picked this up at a flea market the other day. I shouldn't say flea market. This was a place called Antiques and Uniques. There was a little bit of a damage right here. You can see on the box. It's a little tear, a little rip. I think I got a good price on it. I'm not really sure off the top of my head what this actually goes for. It was hard to find comps for it, but factory sealed from the Ninja Wrap from Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. I'm super happy to have it, and I don't know, they wanted 40. Asked the guy because of the damage if they would take them down. He said 30. That's what I was thinking. So for 30 bucks, I got this in the collection. So excited. Next thing we picked up, we were at the Goodwill, the Gucci wheel. Look at that, 59 cents. First Night. Now, this is one of those VHS movies that might be a Mandela effect. If you guys have never heard of the Mandela effect, this is kind of like Bernstein and Bernstein Bears. We all grew up thinking Bernstein Bears or Bernstein Bears. And even the AVGN did a really cool episode on it. And yet, this may be the same thing. My wife loves this movie. When we were dating, we watched it a handful of different times. Who doesn't love Sean Connery, right? And Richard Gere and Julia Ormond. And anyways, Lancelot decides to stay in Camelot. And Sean Connery goes, "Then you'll stay."
Sean Connery.
We have the digital version on our TV. And for some reason, I'm thinking like, okay, I get it. Ace Ventura, for example, if you watch it digitally, there's a lot of stuff that's been cut out. In today's day, there's a lot of people out there that would just lose their minds over some of the stuff that's in movies that were in the 90s and as you continue to progress backwards. I don't understand why you would cut that part out, but is it a Mandela effect? Is it one of those things of where I just started jokingly going, "Then you'll stay," right? The whole time. It's not there. We bought the VHS. We're going to find out if it's actually there. All right, continuing forward from the 80s into the 90s here, I picked this up. You guys see what this is? I don't know if you can tell or not. Try to get the camera to focus. This is a Power Rangers 1994. I paid $5 for it. Brand new in the little baggie. This is a hacky sack. Who remembers the hacky sack? Look at that. Power Rangers hacky sack. I used to love the hacky sacks. Who did you guys do it? Tell me down below. Did you hacky sack it in school back in the 90s? I know I sure did. You'd get like 3 or 4 guys, and to those that are too young to know what hacky sacks are, basically it's just a little bag. Think of it like a bean bag, but it's really tightly packed. And you kick it. You don't touch it, no hands, right? And you just use your feet and you kick up and kick up. And you play tricks, and if it hits the ground, you got to grab it with your 2 feet and you jump and you throw it like up in the air. And yeah, anyways, lots and lots of fun.
Idiot.
Let's talk about some more stuff here. What else do we have? I was at the same flea market that I picked up Vanilla Ice at. I picked this up. This is Ghost Ship. Now this is a VHS, again factory seal, the watermarks there on the bottom. I paid $4 for this. This is about a $15, maybe $20 VHS on eBay. I bought it with the intentions of reselling it, but with the value of VHS as they continue to go up and how people just love their horror stuff. Renegar's Flea Market, I know I'm jumping around, but we're going to continue to come forward a little bit and then we'll go back to the 80s again. Need for Speed 2, I picked this up for $3. It is CIB. He had Need for Speed Underground and Underground 2, but I only had already had number 1. I just needed number 2. Now number 2 is in the collection. Gucci Will. Pick this thing up here. This is, I don't remember what I paid for it off the top of my head. I just don't remember. I just know I bought it at the Gucci Will. It's sponge. It's a go-kart kind of game, but it's like that 3D kind of like graphic looking stuff to it. It is CIB, and you know what? I'm just gonna openly admit it. I'm call it FOMO if you want, but the reality is the deeper I get into video game collecting, and I am buying tons of video games for every console. You've seen it on the channel. If you haven't seen it, go back and rewatch my stuff. I collect for Nintendo NES, Super Nintendo. I collect for Genesis. What else is in here? I got Xbox 360, Xbox, Sega CD, GameCube, Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, Sega Saturn. What else over here? PlayStation 2. I collect PS3, only the 3D PS3s. I will buy PS3 games that are non-3D ones every once in a while. If it's just, it breaks my rule, but it is what it is. PSP, over here on the Great Wall of Sega behind me, I have all my Genesis games. I have 32X games. I have Wii games. I have Wii U games. It's just, it goes on and on and on and on. And if you haven't seen it, another one of my videos I recently did, I picked up 2 very obscure consoles from the 90s. One is the TurboGrafx and one is the Panasonic 3DO. Probably never heard of them in your life. If you're watching this channel and you watch me, you might be watching some of my favorite YouTubers like Pixel Game Squad, Retro Rick, Phoenix Resale, Gaming Off the Grid, things like that. You know, they all do a good job of their own channels, and I will tell you, for me, Pixel Game Squad with Riff and Ricky and all those guys, they have had TurboGrafx stuff before, so it's not uncommon to see it if you're in the YouTube world, but it is uncommon if you've never been around it. I completely understand. Anyways, check all those out. I don't know when those ones are going to come out. They should be out before this. Then we were back at the same flea market, and I picked up 2 games, but I also picked up a console. You saw the console in the beginning. Let's talk about the games real quick. I picked this up, got it for $3.99. This is World War II Combat Iwo Jima. It is complete. Not a big expensive game, probably $5 game, I think, when I looked it all up. And then I picked up Wild Gunman. This is on the NES, and this is the 5-screw variant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That right there. If you remember in Back to the Future 2, when he is in the 80s cafe, they had the Wild Gunman arcade game in there, and the little kids were like,
"Use your hands? That's like a baby's toy."
Anyways, I got both those for free. This game right here alone, based on price charting, is about a $35, I think $40 game, somewhere around there. So say I got $40 to $45 worth of games for free, and she had this console. Look at that. She is beautiful, and I bought this because it is minty clean. Minty. I was talking to my guy Mickey over at Joe's store. I don't like paying crazy up for stuff, but when it is in this kind of condition, to me, the last I've seen something this clean, this was $500–600 on eBay. Now, I do know that I've seen them go for I've seen them go for $400, and maybe the market's softening up. But I'm going to tell you, this particular one, nothing's been, if it's been out of the box, the console, that was it. It was out of the console. It was out of the box. The power pad, let me show you the power pad. Okay, so when you see a power pad, for example, and it's like, it's in the box. This is the box, but this is the box that came with that console box right there. This is not how Nintendo sold this. The one Nintendo sold by itself, that's this one right here. I have 2 power pads. This is the one that most everybody has no idea when they see it. This is how it would have come sold in the store on its own. I wanted this because it is by itself. I also found this on Mercari. This was in minty clean condition in comparison to what I usually see. When I do see them, they're just really rough. And this one's not like in perfect condition, of course. You can see there's some damage there, but this is not how it shipped. It shipped with that. But look at this. Can you see? Woo! Look at that fold. Look at that fold. It's never been out of the box. And if this was out of the box, they took it out of the box one time, they used it, and then they filed it back. The lady thought everything was brand new, never used. What she doesn't realize is that Nintendo shipped everything in plastic baggies that are not taped. If they taped them, it would have been a different story. It would have been like, oh yeah, the tape's been broken. There's stuff just sitting in here. There's tons of bags that are loose. It doesn't come from the manufacturer with a bunch of loose bags. But that's okay, because quite honestly, the biggest reason I was buying it and the biggest reason I paid ultimately $350 for it, which I think is way below market for something like this in this condition, is because I didn't have it and it was in immaculate condition. When I was over talking with my guy Mickey at Joe's other store there, he kind of looked at me like I had overpaid for it. The one that, because he said there was some kid in there, and I saw the kid. He walked into the shop that had this, and as I was walking out, and he told me the kid had spent like, I think $150 or $180 or somewhere like that, maybe $150 to $200 neighborhood. And I'm like, dude, I just spent $350. I got 2 free games. So even if you back those games out and said I paid for those games, I paid basically $300. So about $100 to $150 more, but my box is mint. Like, that kid, I think he is super stoked to have it, and I'm super stoked for him, but like, it was duct tape on it. I mean, it was just rough. So I'm very, very pleased and very happy, and I don't know what is going on here. There is something that keeps pulling up on my screen. The next thing, oh dang, I should have pushed. Okay. The next thing that was in the box that she was like, again, oh, it's never been used. Nintendo sold at one time, brand new, on a card, this. Now, if you don't know what this is, I'm going to open it up. Do you know what this is? Still don't know what it is? Does it look familiar? Some of you may say yes. Most of you say, nope, I have no idea what that is. This got me so stoked. This is an easy another $50 bill, just throw it in for free. This is a dust cover by Nintendo for your NES. I was so excited when I saw this in there. I've been looking for one of these because they are beyond rare and obscure. Again, when you do see them, they don't go for a huge amount of money, maybe 50 bucks. But this one, if you do see them on card, they go for good money. $200 to $500 is what I usually see them listed for. So anyways, so there you go with that. You have all the exterior ports you can see right there you can connect into for your AV cables, your power cables, as well as your front cables. But it's a dust cover. How cool is that? It's a dust cover. I'm gonna use it. I'm stoked. I'm gonna use this. The reasons why there was a dust cover also, if you guys don't know, Atari had like the video game crash, and then Nintendo came out and they're like, oh man, we can't have another video game system out there, so we have a home entertainment system. That's why this is called the Nintendo Home Entertainment System. And you used to put dust covers on your VCRs. You put dust covers on your toaster, right? These were the big thing. You would protect your stuff. So if you're old like me, you probably know what a dust cover is. If you're not, this is a dust cover. Branded by Nintendo. I'm stoked. So excited. Okay, and our last 2 flea market pickups. One I picked up from the guy that I bought the Need for Speed Xbox game for $3. I picked up a brand new pack of the X-Files, Topps Master Vision collector cards, premium edition, all that fun stuff. You can see right there, it's got good old Mulder and Scully. It is all factory sealed on this thing. He wanted $20, but I got it for $15, and I don't know if I'm going to open it or not. I probably will open it just because it's really cool, but it says a complete set of 30 fully painted masterpieces inspired by the X-Files television series and presented in a new monumental card format. Let me see, there's some of the examples on the back. I was a huge X-Files fan back in the day. I figured, you know what? I've never seen that before. I'm not going to eBay looking for it, and I thought it was really cool. He wanted 20, took 5 off because he gave me this for 5. Actually, he took more than that off because the game was 3. He gave me $20 for everything. This, Battlestar Galactica. I did not buy it because it's Battlestar Galactica. It's a comic book. I don't collect comic books. I don't collect Battlestar Galactica. What I did buy it for was something I had never seen before. Because I went to eBay, when I saw it, I was like, ooh, I want to put this in here somewhere because this is Toys R Us. See that at the top? Win a Toys R Us shopping spree. When? And I found this comic book on eBay. There's a lot of them posted. They're not much, $2, $3, $4, maybe $5 at most, about what I paid for it. But I don't see very many that were posted that said, win a Toys R Us shopping spree at the top. So, I thought that was really cool and worth the pickup. I am not getting into comics. I have comics over there, right that direction. You can't see it because it's off camera. But anyways, I have some comics from when I was a kid. That's it. That's it. I'm not going into it. That would be a whole nother world of chaos that I just don't want to deal with. But, hope you guys enjoyed today's video because I think that completes it. If there's anything else I missed, I'm going to throw it in another video. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely comment below what your favorite part of these pickups were. What do you think of the VCR dust cover or the NES dust cover that's like a VCR cover kind of thing? What do you think about the condition? Do you think I was crazy for giving the lady basically $350 for a minty clean NES power set box with the dust cover included, with Wild Gunman 5-screw, with that other game? More than I'd like to spend, of course, but I think I got a good deal. That completes this video, so we'll see you guys next time right here on Jeremy Rewinds.
Press start, let the adventures unfold. Retro Game Fan.